For those that don't know me, my name is Menashe, and on behalf of all the newlyweds here, these two right here, I would like to say thank you for coming out to help celebrate this very special moment for these two. So,
thanks for no support.
I'd also want to thank Chago for asking me to be his best man at his wedding. It is truly an amazing honor for me, Chago, and because even growing up, like, me and him always competed about everything, like who can drink the most water, at a time frame, or who can lift the most. We've always been very competitive. And for example, on his bachelor party, we went out to Providence, and we were all sitting there, and we had an argument on who's the fastest, right? Like in high school, I was about 30 pounds lighter. I had to beat for sure. But then Chago, he kept in shape. Look at this guy now. Huh? And so he thought this was his time to shine. So we made a bet, and sure enough, Chago goes outside, barefoot. We're in the middle of Providence on Thayer Street, and this guy wants to race me. He raced from some stop sign to stop sign, but yeah, we're not going to talk about the results because that doesn't really matter. But like I said before, it's an amazing honor, Chago, and for you to call me your best man, because you have finally realized that I am indeed the best man. All right, and I have 4 words for wisdom for you that were given to me by a wise man. And these words are very easy to remember. 2 of them are the same anyway. So. One of them is happy, life, wife. I'll explain a little later as we go a little further in the speech here. All right, I had the pleasure of knowing Chago for over 10 years now. And I can remember the first time I met him was at a basketball court. And this was before, like a couple of days before our first day of high school. And walked up the court. I'm like, who's this weird looking kid over here? Didn't know him from anywhere. And then the next time I actually ran into him was in our English class. And of course, me being the student that I am, I was in the front row. And Chago walks in from behind. And I'm like, that's that weird kid again from basketball. He's in my class. So I walk over to him and I shake his hand. I'm like, I remember you. And then next thing you know, we're being told to empty out our pockets because we did something suspicious. And needless to say, we've been best friends ever since that day. So this is part of the speech where, most of the best men kind of talk about all those drunken stories, pretty much, that, that we've gone through. But I was always the good guy. I was in the library reading all the time, so I have none of that for you. I was doing politics and looking at foreign investments in high school in the library, so unfortunately I don't. But if you do want to learn more about Chago and his wild days back in the day, there's a gentleman right over there. His name is Michael Kifowitz, and yeah, he'll have a plethora of stories for you for that. But I do, on the other hand, have a lot of positive stories about Chago. I mean, if I were to talk about him, they'd go for days. I'll be here, but I want to share one that was very dear to me. As you might know, well, some of you might know, he's actually live in Canada. And in 2007, I believe that's when I left for Canada. And at that time, I was 20 years old. So, 20 years old, I was about to be 21. And 21 birthday, you want to have all your friends around, have a good time, right? But, unfortunately, I couldn't afford to come back at the time. And then Chago came out. That was by far the best gift anyone's ever given me. So thank you, Chago. Chago has always been like a big brother to me. My parents love this guy, like absolutely love this guy. Like he would come in my house and not even talk to anybody, goes directly into the fridge. Every single time, just goes in the fridge, gets all the food, And my mom just sitting there like, oh yeah, Chago's here, right? And I used to actually get upset because he used to eat all my Cocoa Puffs. And I used to tell my mom, like, okay, listen, we need to have a Chago fund here and just, and just have him, a little extra hair for him. But that's, that's Chago for you. Chago's always been a very positive influence in my life. And I'm so happy that he finally met a God-fearing woman who can be a positive influence in his life as well. And I just want to thank you so much, Christina, for just putting up with my older brother. I call him my older brother because that's how I feel. Thank you for being there for him spiritually. He definitely needs that. And and you've been there for him, so thank you. Thank you just for accepting him as who he is, for being his rock, and most importantly, showing him what true love looks and feels like. So I just want to thank you so much for that. At the beginning of the speech, Chago, remember those 4 words of wisdom I told you? It was happy, happy, life, okay. So if you haven't figured it out yet by now, the proper sequence of those 4 words is happy wife, happy life. You can have a happy life. Does not always guarantee you will have a happy wife. But if you always put your wife first, you will always end up with a happy life. Hence, happy wife.
I second that.
All right, so at this moment, I'd like to make a toast.
Oh, hold on.
Everybody, please raise your glasses up.
Raise them up.
I just want to say, may the Lord continue to bless you guys for all the days of your lives. May He continue to grow your love every day, every single day, more and more every day. Cheers, guys.